A man can succeed at almost anything for which he has unlimited enthusiasm. Charles Schwab. My friends, this is an enthusiastic day for the market. Everything is up. And as I look over things for the day, we see the major indices on stocks surging ahead of highly anticipated quarterly earnings from things like NVIDIA and reports from tech-heavy IPOs like SpaceX and OpenAI. And again, as we look, we can see that the S&P 500 climbed just a little over 1%. The NASDAQ 100, 1.64%. Let's jump into the S&P first. We had a down candle yesterday. What's that turned into today on the two-day chart? It has turned into a doji almost. Still indecision, still weakness after that strong up move and a pullback and not continuing to move up. You see these red volume metrics. They show you that we opened lower than the prior close on those two-day candles on those 4 days. And again, as things popped up today, that's the first up move we've seen since things started moving down strongly on Friday. But look at it, bouncing off right now, that weekly trend line. We'll see if we can match the high of last week this week with the 2 days that are left. May not happen. We'll see how the market digests all this news and if it continues to move up or if it's going to slacken as we get into Thursday and Friday when we make our decisions using, of course, the weekly chart. And all charts, but it's the weekly chart that we actually trade off of, looking for weekly vertical crossovers. So we're still long and hopeful on the S&P. What about the NASDAQ? Well, you can see again 2 dojis there on the 2-day chart. Not quite average volume, still low for the week, well below the average volume on the NASDAQ as it continues to move down. But again, sell in May and go away, live to trade another day. That's the adage about entering into the summertime trading zone. I was communicating with a trader today, complaining about the summertime trading zone lack of volume, which means you can succumb to all sorts of things happening and not solid price moves. But we'll see as we get into the summer. Now, up 1.64%, again, gave you the reasoning for that. Some positive news, positive IPOs coming. We will continue to watch, wait, and see. Still long on the NASDAQ. What about bonds? Well, streaming down strong today. They popped up 1.07%. Now, again, we've had a massive global bond rout. It took a breather as the yield on the U.S. 10-year Treasury pulled back from earlier highs, dropping to about 4.58%, easing energy prices, hopeful global political signs, reduced investor worries that central banks would be forced to aggressively raise interest rates. So again, that popped bonds up for the day. We saw that happen before in this down move back on the 14th of May, and then things reverted right back over to going down. So we'll keep an eye on things. We're still short bonds. TBF is the single short fund for inverse bonds. Check that out. We've put some great training out lately on inverse funds. That they're not perfect, but something for you to look at, practice trade. What about gold? Gold bounding up 1.43% and Bitcoin moving up 1.11%. Both those assets caught a bit of the pressure of the previous week's rapid ascent in yields being eased. Precious metals benefited from safe haven inflation buffers stabilizing, while cryptocurrencies tracked broader on-risk momentum upward, benefiting from the 24/7 liquidity and the responsiveness to global headlines. And check it out. On gold, we are stopping right about where we put that floor, aren't we? We will keep an eye on it. You can see in the end of the day bouncing off of it, which is good. Maybe gold will take off again. We get a lot of good news. When it does, we're going to be jumping on gold because we've done nothing with gold lately because it's just been meandering around, not telling us one way or the other. Lastly, we'll look at Bitcoin. Of course, it did do something important. It crossed over the weekly trend line, hammered over. As we watch, it is up 1.11%. Not a lot for Bitcoin, particularly looking at these huge down candles recently, well below that trend line that it crossed over. It's below it on the 2-day and on the weekly. We'll keep an eye on Bitcoin, see if it's going to stabilize here and move back up. But with all that energy being lost, not likely. Could it? Yes, it could. Likely to do that, particularly with what it's been doing lately? I don't know. We'll keep our eye on it right now. That is where we are as we end the day on Wednesday. 2 more days left. Thanks so much for being with us. We always love to hear from you. CW@chartingwealth.com. God bless, my friends. All the best from Charting Wealth.